I'm putting on my Yaktrax because it's super icy out. What you don't want in this kind of weather is an accident that would cause you to need to go to the emergency room or the hospital. So I'm just being extra cautious and wearing these Yaktrax so that so that you don't slip and fall, because that's the risk. And getting to the hospital right now probably would not be easy. They really do help you bite in when you're walking. So last night we're still running the RO because we collected 1,000 liters of sap yesterday. So I put this thing on the tractor so that Brian could get in, but frozen solid. Well, not really, but. So this is, the 2025 ice storm, and it's forecast to be as bad as the last two big ones that we had a number of years ago now. But when you're a tree worker, you don't forget these kinds of events, because they can be pretty traumatic, because we don't actively work in the industry anymore, but we're the ones that have to get out on the road. All the hydro workers are the ones that have to get out on the road to respond to power outages and things like that and clear the lines. And so they are a critical force in an event like this. So that's always something to remember. Oftentimes they're kind of behind the scenes and you don't really think about them, but in situations like this, they are the first people that you want on your team. Yeah, I'm gonna go feed the chickens, but you can see the accretion on the trees. But what really makes it apparent is I look at these white pines all the time, but you can see them starting to bend under the weight of the ice. And if the temperature stays at hovering around zero or just into the minuses, the rain falls and it just sticks to the limbs of the trees, and you can see them swaying. And with that sway, that's just an extra load. And so, we expect that we're going to see some pretty significant damage, unfortunately. But at this stage of the game, there's nothing that we can do. You just have to wait. Silver lining, if you can find one, is that it's pretty. It is quite beautiful, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, this is the perfect storm. So you can see all of our red pine and white pine over there just bowing, just like bending under the weight of the ice. This is going to be devastating. My heart is very heavy, as are so many people's. There's lots of things to consider in this kind of an event. It sucks, really sucks. We covered this area with tarps last night just because we didn't know how much ice there was going to be, and we have to drive the tractor up here to dump the concentrate into the milk tank, and that's all the ice. That pile is all the ice that we just pulled off of that tarp. We covered the tank with a moving blanket, but now it's frozen on. Got it. That was an ordeal because of all the ice, but it's really hard being outside right now. We just lit the fire in the evaporator, but you can hear the trees cracking and breaking in the bush, and it's heartbreaking. Just covered up the tank. It's covered in ice, but just to keep it kind of protected. It's not horribly cold. It's just right now rainy. I have a feeling that that one limb leaning way out is going to go. I can't bear to be out here. I don't want to hear it. All the birds are flying around like what the heck. But we still have power, not rubbing it in. So hopefully we keep power for a little while anyways. We're ready with the generator and stuff if it does go out, but hopefully we'll have power for a bit. I need a drink. And the beauty of the RO system is that it separates the cleanest water from the tree sap. So I'm gonna have some tree water. Cheers. We have more RO water now than we know what to do with. Well, we've got a couple hours left to boil. We've been boiling all day. I think we started at about 10 by the time we got everything kind of de-iced, hooked up, filled, whatever. But yeah, I'm just, every time I go outside to check the tank and get firewood, you can hear the branches cracking in the bush. And so it's a tricky time because we can't go in to check anything because it's too dangerous. So yeah, we're kind of just hanging out in the sugar shed, and luckily we are so lucky. We've had power all day. There have been a couple bumps, but the power has come back on every time. So we're just hoping, Brian's just washing the RO system right now. We're just hoping we have power until then. It would be nice if we could boil until after dark just to finish up this run so that we don't have any sap to boil. I'm sure we have sap in the buckets, but it'll have to wait until it's safe to go in the bush, which is probably going to be a couple of days at least. Tomorrow it's supposed to go up to 5 degrees, so we might get some melt then, but yeah, we're just going to keep on boiling. I mean, it's beautiful, but it's really sad. We're just on our way in from the sugar shed, and I came out of the sugar shed and I'm pretty sure I just heard the big white pine limbs go. It was a huge crack, 2 of them. So it is so heartbreaking. We look at those trees every day, so that's a heartbreaker. It's still pouring rain and freezing rain, so yeah. Not as big a deal as I'm sure some of the other damage that is happening. It's in the bush, but still really sad. Just woke up and let the dogs outside, listening to all the tree limbs crashing. It's gonna be a sad morning for the trees. Well, Brian just started the generator out of necessity, but honestly, mostly because he can't listen to the trees breaking outside. Very traumatic. He was asking me if I had earplugs. But this means, I think, that I should be able to turn the oven on and bake my sourdough loaves that I did yesterday. And then we are going to try to bottle our syrup today. But there is widespread power outage across southern Ontario and actually central Ontario today. And it is a steady cacophony of limb and tree breakage out there right now. I'm filming some of it, just the noise, because it's pitch black still. But yeah, we think it's going to be pretty devastating.
It already is.
But it's out of our control. There is no taming Mother Nature. Anyway, yep, so let's try and bake some bread. And we have now running water, which is great.